So apparently the Call of Duty Vanguard beta has been extended till Wednesday, the 22nd of September, which is kind of cool because, like I said, on Saturday I didn't really play it that much because I was too busy playing, or not playing, but watching my Sex Education Season 3 on Netflix. If you guys have not seen it, please go watch that series on Netflix. It's so good if you have Netflix. But yeah, this is just a little gameplay I got today of just sniping. I am a hard scoper. I'm no quick scoper. I didn't really rush. You guys would just see we lost this game, but I got like around 53 kills, I believe. I went on a 23 kill streak with the sniper, just literally sitting in the back of my spawn while overlooking this little tank area over here. And it was yeah, it was I had a lot of fun sniping. I think the sniping in this game is pretty fun. I'm glad that this 3-line rifle is always a one shot. At least with my current attachments, it's only a one shot, and I wish I really hit that shot when I did my little 360. And unfortunately, I missed them. I don't know how, but yeah, today I just kind of want to talk about just the sniping and the general feel of the game, for at least when it comes to sniping. I feel like, I think you guys would notice a little bit in this gameplay. I feel like when it comes to sniping, I have my crosshairs on someone, and when I shoot, my crosshair just like, or like my bullet doesn't hit them, or like I don't know what happens. I feel like, I don't know if it's the hit reg or the latency or the net code, but it just feels a little weird. Same thing goes for not just for sniping, just for all the weapons in general. Like you feel like you have your sight lines, or you're aiming down like at someone, and then when you shoot, it's rather like it's because of recoil, or I don't know what happens, but like you feel like your bullets are going through someone, or your bullets just aren't hitting them even though like you're aiming straight at them. It's a little weird. And again, like with this gameplay, I feel like my crosshairs are on some people, but like they just, it's whether because I miss by like a sliver or by a pixel, or it's just because the hit reg in this game. But this doesn't have to do with anything like I still like the sniping in this game. This three line rifle right here feels super good compared like to the AX50 and the Kar 98. Like this 3-line rifle feels really good. Now I haven't played the beta enough to really unlock the Kar 98, but probably tomorrow when I play, I'll maybe get to a high enough level. But I don't know. I was taking my time with this beta. I wasn't really gonna try to grind it out. And you know, I'm glad I did, because if I did grind out this beta, like I have done for other betas, I would have got tired of this game really quickly. And you know, I really don't want to tire myself out before I get to the actual game. So for the little bits I did play here and there, yeah, this game was looking good. I definitely like it more than Model for 2019. Only reason is because I feel like the movement is a little bit more smoother in this game. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just a feels thing or something, but I feel like the movement in this game is a bit smoother and quicker, and you don't get nearly as punished in this game as you do in Modern Warfare. Because in this game you can rush people without being punished, but there's a difference between rushing and sprinting. Now, I did watch a FaZe Jev video recently, and he talked about the sprint to fire time, and I didn't really think or notice it, but like now that I think about it, and I'm looking back at these gameplays I have, I'm like, damn, my sprint to fire time is like super slow. Like it takes me forever to bring up my gun again, and I can have, you know, the STG, or I can have the, you know, like the MP40 or the Thompson, and I feel like my gun, when I get out of my sprint or my tac sprint, it is so slow to bring it back down and aim in and then fire. Just in general, like I'm holding down my left click to fire, and my gun doesn't start firing until like 3 seconds after the animation plays, after I'm done running. So that's just one tiny, or not even a tiny, it is a pretty big complaint, because all the weapons have like this sort of slow sprint to fire time. So if they were just to reduce that across all the boards, then I feel like you wouldn't get punished as much for like running or sprinting around the map. Also, another quirk that I found is that, I don't know if it's just me, but my tac sprint doesn't seem to work half the time. I can be spamming my shift button, and like I can have a full attack sprint ready to run. Like I can be standing still for like a good 10 seconds before I before I attack sprint, and then I try to attack sprint and I get stuck, whether just staying still or just regular sprinting, and then I die. I'm like, well, I had like this entire attack sprint saved. How come I can't attack sprint? And then I guess it's because they want you to, Sledgehammer wants you to have a little bit more speed or momentum before you attack sprint, which, okay, I can see the reason why, like build up your sprint just a little bit and then like rush forward, but I don't really like that. And especially when you're trying to get away from people, it's kind of annoying having to speed up a little and then tack sprint instead of just tack sprinting right away. So I hope they kind of change that in the final game, or in the final version of the game. Another thing too is that I feel like the snipers are a little bit too slow, just a tiny bit. Right now, I'm looking at this gameplay right now, and with the attachments I have right now, it's a decent ADS time, but it's still pretty slow, and I kind of wish I could ADS faster. Now I ain't saying like make it like super fast, like what, like Car 98 from World War II fast, but make it just a little bit faster for the base gun, and then obviously all the attachments, do your thing there. Just don't hurt the damage. I don't like how if I make the barrel have like if I have a shorter ADS time, but yet I have less damage, then I don't know what's really worth, because it's like I really have a slow firing DMR or something like that, and I want the damage of the sniper rifle. The M1 Grand is there, it's a 2-shot, 3-shot, whatever. Also, I do have a video talking about how that may be like the worst gun in the beta and maybe the worst gun in the game. But obviously, this isn't no M1 Garand or something, I want my sniper rifle to hit, if I hit the chest and I hit the head, obviously if I hit the head, I'm going to get a 1-shot. But if I hit the chest, I want it to be a 1-shot. I don't want it to get a hit marker if I hit someone in the upper chest, basically towards the neck area. I don't want that. I want maybe I can see the torso, but I don't want no hit marker on the upper chest area. That's a little bit dumb. So maybe change those attachments around that hurt the damage of the sniper rifle. You can always decrease bullet velocity. You can always decrease maybe damage at range or something, but don't hurt the actual like damage, because I've seen those numbers and how much they drop. Right now the sniper rifle, the 3-line, I think does 65, and if you put like those shorter barrels that hurt the damage, it's like you get like 47 or 43 damage or something, which obviously is not a 1-shot unless it's to the head. So I think they should kind of change those values a little bit. What else? I'm trying to think. I haven't played around with the Car 98, but I've seen literally the gameplay. I've been killed by it a lot. It might be, I think it is a bit better than the 3-line rifle. I think that the 3-line is a little bit slower than the car, but it's still pretty good weapon to use, like the 3-line and the car. I think there'd be competition between the two, but I think overall, because the Car 98 has a little bit more iconic, like it's a little bit more iconic in the COD franchise and in World War II. I think people will be running around with that sniper rifle more than the 3-line, but the 3-line is still pretty fun to use. It reminds me a lot of the Mosin Nagant, and maybe this is the Mosin Nagant, but they just renamed it the 3-line rifle, probably because they don't have the rights to name it the Mosin Nagant, because there's a lot of things you can't really have like the original names for. Like I think for the FFAR in Cold War, they had to call it that because they couldn't buy the rights to call it the FAMAS or something like that. Or maybe for the XM4, they didn't have the rights or the money to call it the Commando again, like they did for BO1. So the little things like that. And yeah, sniping in this game is better than Modern Warfare, I believe. and a lot better than Cold War. Just in general, this game definitely feels a lot better than Cold War. And I know I said that I do like the Cold War engine. Something about the stiff movement is like, it feels like home to me. But I can, after playing the Vanguard and a little bit of like Modern Warfare 2019 multiplayer a little bit recently, I find myself leaning towards this new engine a lot more. I do find this engine to be better, and what it would be interesting though, and I don't know if they're gonna do this in the future, but what if they have, or what if they use this same engine for advanced movement? So let's say they go back to Advanced Warfare, or Black Ops 3, or Infinite Warfare, but they do the movement better, and with this engine, you know, because back in AW and BO3 and Infinite Warfare, there was horrible hit reg. And I ain't saying that this new engine has the perfect hit, like has perfect hit reg, but it's definitely a lot better. So I would be interested in seeing like if they maybe go into the future again, how the movement is gonna be. So we'll see what Infinity War does next year. My guess is that they're probably gonna make a sequel to Modern Warfare 2019, which I hope they do, because the ending for that was pretty cool. I don't know if they're gonna like redo the whole Modern Warfare series, like rewrite, or how would you say it? Because Modern Warfare 2019 was a reboot, and obviously it had a lot of old characters returning, and it had a lot of new characters, and it's not in the same time frame as the original Modern Warfare trilogy. So it'd be interesting to see what Infinity Ward has up their sleeve for next year's COD. And I know it's kind of crazy already talking about next year's COD, but you know, at least for story wise, I'm a little excited. But also just the thought of this engine on like advanced movement could be pretty cool, and I hope they give it a shot within the next couple years. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Peace.